I used to struggle so much with over planning and under executing until I started asking myself this one question that put so much into perspective for me. It was, how can God actually direct your paths and direct your steps if you don't even take the steps in the first place? And what that looked like for me was always over planning and under executing. I was always saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I need to have out the most perfect plan in order for me to take this step. And I would never take the step. So how can God correct me if I never actually take the first step in the first place? And then I started to say, okay, because God always shows us the signs of the steps that he wants us to take. It's like layers of it. It's, you know how you have the like revealing thing where like it reveals just this portion and then you got to go down more and it reveals that next portion. The thing about it is God always reveals a portion to us of the actions that he wants us to take, the path that he wants to be on. But I've noticed what my issue was is I was always trying to look at the rest. I was trying to look at the rest of the plan. I was being too impatient. I'm like, yeah, God, I see you showing me this, but I want to see this. I want to see the other half. I want to see what's lower than that. I want to see the extra stuff, right? I want to see the next levels. And God said, no, how can I show you the next thing if you can't even take action on this thing? So what I started to do was whenever God showed me the signs of it, giving me those, because God always shows signs. He plants the seeds in multiple ways, because the Bible says when two or more is in the presence, that's how you know God is there. And just always ask yourself, this is how I know when God is speaking to me. He always gives me multiple signs, whether that's through people, whether that's through experiences, whether that's through dreams. God always gives me multiple signs, and after I see two, I know God is speaking to me. And when you take action, then that's when God is like, okay, you see what you're doing, you see here, like, okay, I need you to adjust here. Okay, I see, okay, I was doing this, I was thinking this way, I need to adjust here, I need to adjust there. That is how it works. And when I started doing that, when I started over executing and under planning, everything changed for me. My life completely transitioned in so many different areas and all levels, because I look at it as the 4 levels, because the Bible talks about it, of renewing your body mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, because the Bible talks about money as a defense, wisdom is a defense. The Bible talks about how the body is the temple for the Holy Spirit to dwell in. So my focus isn't on just one area. And I'm so blessed and grateful that God revealed this to me, because I was used to be in this identity crisis of, especially with social media, like, what should I focus on? What should I post? Should I only just post trading content? Should I only just post fitness content? Should I only just post mindset type of things, right? And then I realized that's not the case, because I am the brand. I'm just documenting and sharing every one of those areas, because you need all 4 of those areas in your life in order to prosper. You can have all the money, you can have financially, you can have all the money in the world, but you don't have physical. So you can have all the money in the world, but you're always sick. You're never able to actually experience certain things like a waterfall, going rope climbing, going mountain climbing. You can't experience that because you're not taking care of your health. You can barely walk from one place to the next. You can have all the money in the world, but you don't focus on the mental and the spiritual side of things, and you let that money get to you, and now you become wicked and start doing evil things, and you forget it was God that got you there in the first place. You can have all the spiritual side of things. You can have all the faith in the world. Faith without works is dead. Don't just be a hearer and not a doer. You can have all the faith, but you're not taking any action that's better in your health, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. You're not putting yourself in a position to where God can use you to bless others. You can have the craziest mind in the world and have all the thoughts and the best everything, right? But if you're not rooted deep in faith in God, your thoughts can end up leading to wrong intentions. Your thoughts, and you're not taking care of it. It's like all of these play a role in it, right? All of these play a role in it. And that's what I focus on in my area. Like, even to the point where I literally just came from Target, because I said, yo, I want to split these up, and every single day, each one of these, I need to get at least 1% better in every single one of these categories, to the point now where I went and got me a bunch of different journals, so I can have 4 different journals for each area in my life, so I can really journal, write down things. Each one has an intent, instead of me just putting it all sporadic all over the place. And making that shift has changed so much, because in the past few months, I've had the best like trading level up in my entire life. I've had people that came to me that God has sent my way. It's, yo, sir, I was just praying about this. I was asking God for X, Y, and Z. My business has grown more in the past few months than it has ever since I started it back in 2024. Ever since I started it 2 years ago, in just a couple of months. And that's all from taking action on what God told me to do. He told me to document my journey, share the process, be open, be transparent, because he brought me to rereading Joseph's story again. And this time, the Bible is just like layers, like an onion. You peel back the layers. The more that you grow spiritually, the more God unlocks a different level of understanding. So this time when I reread Joseph again, I said, yo, why is Joseph my favorite story in the Bible? It's not just because of what he did. It was the fact that every single level, every single area in his life was shown. Every single battle that he went through was shown. It wasn't just the end result. It was the fact that Joseph was trusting in God, having faith in God. He was speaking too much. He was letting everybody know his dreams, and then his brothers betrayed him. And even when his brothers betrayed him and he was sold into slavery, it said the same exact thing. It said that God was with him. He was sold into slavery, and he had favor in Potiphar's, I can't pronounce that right, in his house, right? To the point where Joseph was literally over control of everything. The only thing that he couldn't really touch was the wife, right? And even through that, even when his wife attacked Joseph, Joseph didn't have the spirit of lust, but yet he still got attacked by lust. And even when Joseph got thrown in prison, he still has so much trust and faith in God that he continued to use his gift. And even while in prison, he used his gift and he didn't see the result immediately, because those two guards, even though it happened, they forgot about him. And they didn't come back for another 2 years. And then when he was in front of Pharaoh, the audience, the pressure was on. You're for like, if you get this wrong, it's off with your head type vibes. And Joseph was so bold and so confident. He said, yo, this is what's going to happen. This is what God said is going to happen. So seeing that entire timeline of things, it stuck out to me so much. And I said, yo, God is doing things in my life that if I just speak about it and just talk about it, you wouldn't see how amazing God is by just me speaking about it. You have to actually see what he's doing. And that's why I said I want to show God how much I love him, because you see how back then, like, who was it? Abraham, he was willing to sacrifice his own child to show God how much he loved him. And I want to show God how much I have so much trust and so much faith in him that I know he's going to take me to levels in my life, because these plans that I have right now, they're 10x. These are the plans that, God is pushing me toward, but these plans, when I'm 10xing them, I know God is going to do abundantly more, just like the word promises. I know he's going to do abundantly more in my life than I could ever ask for. And with that being the case, I just want to document this and share every step of the way, the ups, downs, the trials and tribulations, because the word talks about, it says rejoice when you go through trials and tribulations, not rejoice if you go through it. When you go through it, rejoice. Blessed are those who are persecuted in my name's sake. The word tells us countless times over and over and over and over again. And I said, I want to document that. I want to share that. And like I said, in doing so, my life has leveled up so much, and God is blessing me in so many ways. I just want to continue to keep being obedient, continue to keep planting the seed, and I'm just super blessed and grateful, man. I just wanted to share this thought, just be open and transparent in the moment, because I realized how simple it is. Like, life is really simple. Like, just documenting this is very simple. Literally, what's on my mind and what's on my spirit, I would have done this anyway, because for me, whenever I'm in the car driving, especially in the car, these are my moments, right? Whenever I'm in a car driving, like, these thoughts that are in my mind, I would just talk to God about it, just speak out loud. Like how I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm just putting the camera in front of me and just pressing record, because I know that this could plant the seed and potentially help somebody else. These realizations that God be giving me, it's not always for me. It's meant for him to show me, and me to spread it and plant the seeds in others. Because God is using me for his glory to help others, to save souls. Not just for, oh, it's just you. No, it's for others, and God is using me in that way. So I'm super blessed, super grateful. Love God so much, love this journey so much, man. And I'm just gonna continue to take action, and trust and have faith in my Lord.